A very good morning, my fellow Kenyans, wherever you are. I would like to say thank you to my fellow Kenyans in Europe, in Diaspora, in Holland, Germany, France, all those that we cooperated together while I was there during the ICC issue, the case. Thank you to all Kenyans. Thank you to the ICCJ. Thank you to the ICC, and thank you to the Netherlands government. As you know, my fellow Kenyans, we cannot go deep into the ICC case, and as time goes by, we will keep you Kenyans updated. In the meantime, the ICC is in session. I think beginning from the 10th or the 11th of December up until the 16th or somewhere around there in January next year. It's around 1 month session. And as you all understand, these matters do take time, but we will keep you updated towards what we are doing. In the meantime, let me remind you about the peaceful demonstration that we are planning to have in Holland during the 31st of January 2025. Of course, we will keep you all updated. We will keep you all updated once everything has been put in place. My fellow Kenyans, there is an issue here I would like to speak about regarding Uhuru Ruto handshake. Let me say this. First of all, Uhuru, my brother, shame on you, shame on you, shame on you. Yes, we understand. You are a president in Kenya for 10 years, and you are bound to liaise with Ruto on matter regarding national security. But that does not give you the prenup of a handshake to Ruto. No, Uhuru Kenyatta. I would like to ask you a very simple question. You have children as well. I think you have a daughter called Ngina. You have a son, Jomo, and so on and so forth. How would you, or how would have been your reaction towards William Samoei Ruto if he had attacked your children, killed them, or rather damaged their lives in a way or the other? Would you have been happy with William Samoei Ruto? Would you have gone out and shook his hand? Would Margaret Kenyatta have done that? Would you? Oh, no. Uhuru Kenyatta, let me tell you one thing, my brother. If I were you, and Ruto wanted to see me, because it was definitely Ruto who wanted to see you. Unajua Uhuru Kenyatta, let us tell one another the truth. What you should have done, you should have put the matter forward to Kenyans. That, excuse me, this gentleman is coming to see me on matter regarding what? National security or national economy, whatever. And that's it. Put it forward to Kenyans. William Samoei Ruto is a murderer. I would like to ask you something, Mr. Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Can you imagine if Benjamin Netanyahu today would have invited Adolf Hitler to his house? Do you think what the Jews will think about it? What the Jews will say? Imagine if Sir Keir Starmer, the British Prime Minister, would have invited Adolf Hitler today in his house, and take a selfie pictures and all that. And how would all these former British war soldiers think about it? The British people, how would the thousands of British people who have been killed by Hitler, what would they think? Shame on you, Uhuru Kenyatta, for what you have done. And I repeat, angalia Kenyans, one thing we must get out of our head. Hawa watu wanajaribu kutuuzia uoga. Mimi nasema kila siku, my life, the only person I'm looking at is my mother. Kwa sababu yeye, she is the one who carried me in her stomach. It was the first swimming pool that I had in my life. It was my mother who carried me behind her back. It was the first car that I had in my life. Who breastfeeded me? That's the only person that I can be afraid of. But for you politicians, I can never be. Hamwezi hata siku moja nyinyi mkaniuzia uoga. Believe me. And we as Kenyans, we should stand still. Wewe William Samoei Ruto, nimekwambia hata ukaenda katika kaburi la mzee Jomo Kenyatta, Wakikuyu wameshakwambia no. Wakenya, Wajaluo, Wakamba, Wameru, Waluya wamekwambia no. Ukaenda kwa Masinde Muliro wanakwambia no. Ukaenda kwa Katanangala watakwambia no. Kwa yoyote yule utakaye kwenda, mimi nakwambia watakwambia no. Wa Kenya, kwa maisha namna ulivyoyabadilisha kwao, ukayafanya maisha ya kishenzi, maisha ya hatari, ukawaua watoto wao. William Samoei Ruto, nimekwambia mimi no, no, no. Hata ukaenda kwa mzee Jaramogi kaburini kwake. Uhuru Kenyatta, shame on you. Wewe Uhuru Kenyatta ulikuwa uwaite wale wamama ambao kwamba watoto wao waliuliwa na William Samoei Ruto. Ukae Uhuru Kenyatta ulie na wao baada ya William Samoei Ruto ameondoka. Halafu uwaelezee wale wamama, uwaelezee wale vijana, uwaelezee wale wazee ambao kwamba watoto wao wamepigwa. Angalieni ndugu zangu, huyu mtu amekuja lakini mimi siko pamoja na yeye. What are you trying to do, Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta? Unajaribu na wewe kuficha madhambi yako? Ndio maana una cooperate na William Samoei Ruto? Ama what are you trying to do? Well, we'll see. Ndugu zanguni wapendwa, swali langu la pili hapa ambalo kwamba nataka nilizungumzie ni kuhusiana na IEBC. Our honorable judge, senior counsel Isaac Lenola amezungumza very, very clearly. We need the IEBC settled as soon as possible. Now, wewe William Samoei Ruto, you are trying to lie to Kenyans. How can the parliament be in session for 2 months when the IEBC has not yet been put in place? We will come into that. I told you, William Samoei Ruto, yes, we are crazy, but we are not fools. Ndugu zanguni wapendwa, the most important thing I would like to speak about in this topic today is about our presidential candidates in Kenya. Let me tell you, I support all presidential candidates in Kenya. Each and every presidential candidate that has a good faith towards Kenyans, we support them. But let me tell you, my people, at this moment in time, we don't need any presidential candidates. At this moment in time, we need revolutionary candidates. We need people to stand up and call for a revolution. Are we going to wait until 2027 while we are being killed, while we are being tortured by William Samoei Ruto? Shame on us! Shame on us! Shame on us! We are talking about presidential elections, 2027. Watu wanapotezwa. People are being murdered. Day in, day out. Abduction at the highest rate. Halafu nyinyi munatuambia, I am the presidential candidate. I am the presidential candidate. My brothers and sisters, we don't need presidential candidates at this moment in time. We need revolutionary candidates. We can get rid of Ruto now. We don't have to wait till 2027. And I'm going to tell you by next week, I'm going to come up with a suggestion on how we can get rid of this murderer, William Samoei Ruto. Juzi nimeona ndugu yetu Jimmy Wanjigi ametoa suggestion that we should all stop paying taxes. Nataka kumwambia ndugu yangu Jimmy Wanjigi, that's a good idea. But let me tell you, how about if we boycott all the businesses of William Samoei Ruto and his colleagues? All the businesses of the ministers in Kenya, the businesses of all the MPs who are downstepping on the Kenyans. Believe me, my fellow Kenyans, I'm coming up with an idea next week. We will get rid of William Samoei Ruto. Thirdly, my brothers and sisters, when I was talking about the ICC, I want to give you a reason as to why William Samoei Ruto went to see Uhuru Kenyatta. This is the reason. These are some of the secretive documents from the ICC that I cannot show you, my people. There are some documents here. If you remember very, very clearly what happened to the case of William Samoei Ruto with the Kiambaa mass murderer. I'm not going to bring these documents into the public media. But let me tell you, William Samoei Ruto, whatever you did to the Kenyans, now you are not in shit, you are in deep shit. Trust me, my fellow Kenyans. Nimetumiwa messages hapa, nataka niwaonyeshe. Nimealikwa State House. Nimetumiwa mpaka parking tickets. Munaita nini? Sijui parking pass sijui za kupita gate sijui ya State House. Nakwambia hivi, William Samoei Ruto, I am not Uhuru Kenyatta. I am not Kinanani Juneti. You can take your gate pass and stiff them down, whatever you may call it. I would rather die living. I would rather die standing than living on my knees towards you.